You are obviously a big-time wrestler. You've been there, done that. Obviously now TV star. You've been in movies, everything else. Let's just say somebody like a Tommy Dreamer gave you a call and said, hey, Johnny, very happy about all your success. I'm hosting Busted Open today, national radio show on SiriusXM. Would you happen to have a number for so-and-so? Would that offend you?
One, I don't have Bob Roop's number.
Not Bob, but it could be anybody.
To answer your question, it's different because Tommy and I are friends and we go way back. He could ask me all kinds of weird crap, and I
don't have the weird relationship with Bob back, except for I was a fan, and
Yeah, but like we rode together for years and years and years.
Exactly.
You don't know.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's different. It really is. That's why you're getting catfished by a fake.
No, it's really Bob Roop. Bob Roop, John Morrison, I don't know if you're going to mark out like I did this morning, but Bob Roop, Facebook requested a friend to be my friend. We're friends on Facebook.
That's a catfish.
Me and Bob Roop.
We have the cameras rolling. I so hope Bob Roop calls in on this such a random topic. But you see, John, he is a nut like me because he appreciates randomness. He became so obsessed recently with the Iron Sheik. He's producing a movie about the Iron Sheik. He's nuts.
Awesome. We, the two of us wrote something called the Iron Sheik Massacre on our honeymoon.
Very romantic.
That honeymoon.
Oh, yeah. We were drinking Mai Tais in Hawaii and thinking about different ways the Iron Sheik could murder our friends.
Yeah, good time.
That was the best.
Well, first of all, congratulations. This is amazing.
Thank you. The wedding. Both of those things are good.
No, but congratulations on the wedding, because I'm sure that's got to be difficult to be working with your partner, to be on the road with your partner,
to be on the radio with your partner.
To be on the radio with your partner 24/7. I mean, that tells you how strong your relationship that you have. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, there's pros and cons, right? I mean, like, because the cliche advice is don't ever date anyone in the business, and I always give the advice to my friends: you should never date anyone who's more over than you in the business. That's my tweak, because when the girl gets more over than you, adios. Gonna go with the top guy.
Anyways,
which is cool, but like I'm worried because I don't know. We both have these big matches at Bound for Glory.
2 championship matches.
She wins the title and you don't.
Adios, Impact.
Why do you think the Dudleys broke Beulah's neck? I put the hit on her.
Yeah. See? And what? You're still married.
Way too popular.
And he's happily married. So,
see, this is all
good advice.
This is all new to me. I'm a radio guy, and this show has become immensely popular, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this show. But I'm really finding out what this wrestling world is all about and how crazy this wrestling world is. I'm going to be on the Chris Jericho cruise that's coming up at the end of this month.
Oh man,
I'll be there. You're there.
Yep.
I will not be there.
What do you mean you're not going to be there?
I'm going to be in Vegas with my girlfriends having a good time for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you'll be on the cruise.
It's Team Impact versus the
Ring of
Bullet
Honor.
Club. Yeah.
Yes, this is going to be crazy.
Can't have Team Impact without Johnny Impact, I guess.
Yes, you need that.
I will be fist pumping and hoo-hawing from Las Vegas.
What is hoo-hawing?
I don't know. I just made that up.
It's when you're drunk and you go hoo-ha.
Did you guys?
She's Canadian. Come on.
I say really weird random things.
Well, I was just checking. I don't know if that's code for some kind of Vegas shenanigan that I haven't heard of.
But anyway,
it's not.
But anyway, talking about like bounties, Bully Ray, who's also a host here on Busted Open, put a bounty on my head while I'm on the cruise ship of he's going to give $1,000 to anyone who throws me overboard on the ship.
Over $5. $1,000?
Wait a minute! I didn't know that was $1,000 bounty.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Dead, dude.
There's wrestlers on that boat.
I was going to say, forget about the fans. There's wrestlers who'll do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I will die though if I get thrown over. But it's not like I'm on a canoe and you tip me off the canoe.
And how much for
it's
just like throwing him in the pool?
Wet. Dave's all wet. Look at Dave, he's wet. This is a boat where I'll be tossed off. Yes,
but Dave, it wouldn't be like a tragic death. It would be kind of like a funny death.
Yeah,
it would pop the boys.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what it's all about.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
I'm reading totally off subject, but you're talking about crazy wrestling. I'm reading J.J. Dillon's book. And he's talking about after he wrestled in a match, he would, for some reason, take his trunks off first and then start untying his boots. So he's basically naked. And then he's in the locker room. He was the main event. This was in Amarillo. And Terry Dory and Stan Hansen charge into the locker room with all the fans because he laid out one of the Funks. So fans said, let's go get him. So a lynch mob and Terry and the Funks just went into the locker room, and he goes, I'm standing there naked, and then here come all the Bayface. So he has to now sell
Naked.
and they beat the crap out of him naked and throw him in front of all the fans. And he goes, I was sweating and I started skidding across the gym floor,
Yikes.
butt ass naked, because the wrestlers made him do it. That's our crazy world.
Yep.
And he was just like,
so
let's
think
go.
about that before you.
And you're going to be, and
Yep.
hence why
That's
I
what you're
won't
getting
be
into.
on the Jericho
The
Cruise
title of that
at
chapter.
all.
The title of that chapter, by the way, I think was "My Balls Are Hot." By J.J. Dillon.
Just take my pants off. My balls
Which
are
is still a thing these days. I don't know if you guys saw the UFC fight.
Yeah, unfortunately. Unlike you, I'm taking my wife to the Jericho Cruise, so I don't want to see. I don't. That wasn't a shot. I'm just saying that I am married, so
Is that one of
you
those
have
like,
to do
hey,
that type of?
no
that's
offense, but
that's what husbands and wives do. But
This isn't a
but
burn,
anyway,
but-
I don't want to see. I don't want to.
So
I don't want
early.
to die in front of my wife. It would be a really bad look.
But on the other
throw
hand,
her over too. Is what
you
you're saying.
guys weren't
I got
here.
you.
I asked if we had Bob Roop call in, and then Bob Roop asked to be on the Jericho Cruise and leave his wife home and have Bob Roop as his guest. He 100%, absolutely. So that's his
It
craziness.
is
Okay.
Bob Roop. It is Bob
You guys
Roop.
It
could
makes
stay in the
sense
same
why you've been doing
room.
this show then.
Spoon
we
each
could share
other.
a cabin.
Share a
It'd be
cabin. Those
very,
cabins
very
are
romantic.
probably, cruise ships, the cabins I'm assuming are not that big. So you're going to have to, who's the big spoon? Who's
Well,
the
I don't
little
know.
spoon?
It depends. I think I've got a balcony cabin.
Oh.
Oh well,
We're not talking about you then.
Yeah, I'm
that
not
good?
getting. I'm not getting a balcony. I'm sure Chris Jericho. I'm going to be someplace in the basement. Is where he's going to put me.
I've got a feeling every cabin has one of those fancy names.
Yeah,
It's not a basement cabin. It's an ocean view or something.
Yeah, it sounds
Sea
good.
floor.
The sea floor.
The engine room adjacent.
Yeah.
I've
Listen
never,
to the engines purr you to sleep.
I've never been on a cruise before, so I'm kind of worried. Like, am I going to get seasick? I'm worried about this.
I've never been on one either, so
I've never been on
I've
a
never
cruise
been on a
either.
cruise either. Tommy,
Wow.
are you
I would
coming
get
on this thing?
claustrophobic, I feel like.
Hey,
I don't want to be on
Are you
it.
sure?
No, I'm not on it.
I mean, I'm sure you don't want to go.
One, I would probably leave the cruise 300 pounds. Don't want to do all you could eat. Come on now. I would
believe.
feel it's a competition every day. Plus, I don't want to be with a bunch of. I don't care about drunken wrestling fans, but I care about drunken wrestlers,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
I don't want to be where there's no escape. Plus,
No.
Raven's on the cruise. I don't want to be on there as well.
You guys
There's
still
a lot-
have beef?
There's a lot of,
He's
good
annoying.
points.
There's an annoyance factor there. And you
guys-
can't get away
I mean,
from
and you
him.
and Raven, I'd say, are like our friends, kind of.
No, I don't like him. Let's go. Let's
All right, let's talk
move
about
on.
Bound for
Okay, let's
Glory.
move on.
I'm sorry, let's talk
BFG.
about Bound
Yeah.
for Glory because you're right. 2 big championship matches. So for you first, and I have to get into this. This is kind of uncomfortable for me to talk about because it really bothered me when I saw it. But obviously, everyone that's listening probably knows about the comments that Austin Aries has made about your wife and the,
So husky, I can't fit in this chair right now.
like it's ridiculous, especially this day and age in 2018. And
I will
obviously,
say, at least you're tall enough to get to the microphone.
Wah, wah.
Wow.
by the way, like you know, don't get offended by me
before-
saying this.
Okay, go ahead.
But you're a beautiful woman. So first of all, the things he are saying is untrue. But also in this sensitive time of 2018, things that he should not be saying on social media.
Yeah. There was a lot in those 180 characters.
We have a lot to discuss. First of all, I mean, I don't know if you know this, David. Tom, you probably saw that you've been dragged into this also.
I did see. I don't know why. It was the whole vegan thing. I could.
Well, he accused you of eating all the vegan food.
That was kind of correct.
I thought he was calling you husky because there he's
Listen.
kind of true.
No,
Me, Mark
he learned his
Henry,
lesson.
and Bubba all wore the husky jeans from Sears back in the day. Now they're the Cole stretch pants, and thank God, changed my life. Anyway, yeah, this was in Toronto when we were at the Rebel, which
This is the Slammiversary.
I will never go back to because they still keep sending me emails every day because I logged on to their
The
website.
Wi-Fi. Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
man, every day. Big mistake.
Yikes. Ouch.
This is why I don't listen to podcasts. This is why I don't follow people on Facebook because I get stupid emails all the time. So we have catering. All the regular catering was gone, and they had a vegan little section. And I went up, and he really got mad at me for like going to eat the food, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he was like, "Well, there's not a lot of us here. I mean, there's a bunch of us here who are vegan, and you're obviously not." And so then, like, I got thrown into the whole vegan. But I was like, why don't maybe I want to try the vegan?
But
Maybe
also-
I want to see if I like that.
Maybe it'll
lifestyle.
change your life.
Well,
But he got mad. He was very protective of his food.
I had a very similar thing happen, and it was not by choice. I didn't go up there with the intent on stealing the vegan food, but the other catering was gone, and I did the meeting. I was at the ring doing flips and stuff, of course, and I get up there and there's nothing but the vegan food, and it really felt like a scene out of a movie. Like I was like piling that stuff on my plate, and
then
he popped out from behind a curtain and wasn't running, but he was like fast walking. Very fast
He
walk.
power
Aggressively?
walked to me too.
Yeah.
He was sitting at the table and saw me going, like, I was like, shopping. What did I want to eat? Couscous, some like
Some kind of vegetable.
grilled
plant
veggie.
thing.
Medley.
Would I like this? I didn't even know if I was going to try it. I probably would have. I mean, look at me.
Well,
And then
I was gonna. Vegan food's not bad, especially when there's no other food.
yeah. And then
It's
he
really
did
you
the
had to
same thing.
eat. You had to
He
eat.
power walked.
Like,
He was like, "Listen, there's a bunch of us who are vegans. Me especially. Kind of got this special made, and I, appreciate if you don't have any." I was like, "Okay, I'll go to Tim Hortons and get fatter."
aw, Timbits.
Well, I would prefer to. Everyone loves Timmy Hose, but okay. So let's address some of the more serious issues that we've been discussing. Dave, do you have the tweet that was twat by Mr. Aries?
Well, I think everyone knows now. He called your wife and he used the term husky in describing her, and
Husky should be only used to describe Mr. Harris. The tweet that he wrote was he I think was really offended by a short joke that we made based on something that Impact
Had posted.
posted about me standing tall over Austin Aries. Is that a foreshadowing of what's to come?
Mm-hmm.
And I did a ha ha ha, who doesn't stand tall over Austin Aries type thing. And
My
for
name
some
was
reason-
not in this.
but I felt like it was one of those ones where I pushed tweet, and then as soon as it went out there, like a bunch of the guys in the roster like texted me like ha ha ha, like OMG, like oh my god, and he's gonna be pissed. And I felt like this weird like slow burn type thing, like almost I don't know if you believe in paranormal stuff, but I was like feeling it then. You know what I mean? Like there was like this
the
this
hairs
sense.
on your back of your neck
Yeah.
stood up.
Like he was angry.
An angry vegan.
But he and a little bit later, like posted this tweet that said short shaming, the one form of discrimination that's still super cool. But if I mentioned anything about race or the R word, which I won't repeat on your show, Dave, or your gay look, or if I fat shamed your husky wife, people would be outraged. Which, first of all, was clever to frame it as a hypothetical because that was a mechanism for him to excuse himself later.
Yes.
But he really was just trying to figure out a way to take a shot back at me and not lose this Twitter war. Interesting that he decided to do it on Twitter because there's no way in the world he would have said that to my face and certainly not to Taya's face because he knows how angry we would have gotten. And there was a lot of backlash, a lot of angry fans that were sticking up for Taya. And he's got some people that are sticking up for him on social as well. Delusional people. And it's really escalated now into this thing where I feel like he could have said anything to me. If he could say anything in the world about me, I got pretty thick skin. But taking a shot at somebody that's not involved crosses,
Why am I being
crosses the
brought
postal
into
line.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and having the tweet in front of me, like, and he said the R word. There's a lot of things that he said. He's not just offending you and your wife, but he's like he's offending everybody
That's
by
what I mean,
his
and-
tweet. Like, I mean, there has to be. I would think there has to be a line.
I just
that you
think there's
just
an
don't
unspoken
cross.
rule. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't think you have to make, like, it's not, you don't have to have a list of what the rules are about social media. I think we all are perfectly aware of them. We're adults. It's 2018. People are offended. Okay, there's other words and other ways of, like, getting heat and doing what you have to do, but I felt like it was, like, crossing the line. So
I agree, but I don't want to try to be the social media police because I say a bunch of crazy things too, and who knows? Maybe he had a low blood sugar or something from too much Tempe or whatever. But the point is, he offended a lot of people with that thing. But for me personally, because he said what he said about Taya is what really pissed me off.
Yeah.
And
sure, it should. It's your wife.
Yeah, it would. I mean, you're bringing your wife on the cruise.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure you would have a visceral reaction if someone said something like that to her too. It's no one's place to talk to a woman like that, especially a woman that you love.
Yep.
So, for me personally, that's what really crossed my personal line. We could have a longer conversation about what you should and shouldn't say on Twitter in 2018. But what's more important to me is how he made me feel personally.
Nice. Personal issues.
It's personal.
It's not about, and if you think about the whole, like I asked some on Impact Wrestling, do they acknowledge that you two are married?
Yeah, they have as of a few months
You
ago.
know what? They hadn't for a long time. We were separate. And they were planning on keeping us separate until just recently they started airing our wedding package.
Nice.
As part of the build for Bound for Glory.
And when we actually, like, around our wedding, they actually acknowledged it too. Because I had a match on TV and they said, and recently, Taya Valkyrie married Johnny Impact.
But it wasn't like
It wasn't pushed on
part of
everyone's
the
throat or anything,
storyline.
yeah.
It was more like
Just mentioned.
Hey, we're gonna acknowledge that two of our superstars, or whatever we're called, and two of our pro wrestlers superstars got married.
I don't think in his tweet he was being homophobic. I don't think his tweet he was making fun of anyone but you and then her. Throwing her into the mix is a little weird.
That's what I mean. Which is why I don't want to try to come down on him and say like, oh, you shouldn't say this or that. Like I'm just
like me and Bubba make fat jokes about each other all the time, but it's okay because we're fat shaming stuff. And I think like in his mind, that's kind of where he was going. Yes, I would have not put that out there. I would have just went and maybe fought in the back with you, or kind of go that way.
There's so many things you could say about me. Yeah. I got all kinds of dirt on me. I'm far from perfect. He could have brought up all kinds of stuff.
How dare you have abs like that?
How can you have such great flowing long hair?
How dare you change your name now that you're Johnny Busted Open?
Johnny Busted Open.
But you know what? But it is true. Like personal issues is great promotion for this match that's happened at Bound for Glory. I mean, I think when pro wrestling is at its best is when there are, when it gets personal and there is realism to it. And I think that's what we're going to get on Sunday. So I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, your match, Taya, with Tessa Blanchard, a lot of buzz around Tessa. And she's been a great champion, but I'm sure you feel that you would be a better champion and a better knockouts champion in Impact Wrestling. Yeah,
I'm really excited. It'll be the first time we've faced each other on Impact, and I know what she brings to the table, and I think that she's underestimating me, and she should know what I bring to the table, and I think it's kind of funny, but she's been running through all the knockouts and saying that she's the best, but she's never faced me. So this will be a first-time thing on Impact, and I know that we're both going to bring it. It's going to be a hard-hitting, everything you can expect from me and her, and we'll see what happens. But I am very confident in my ability, and that I'll be successful, and that I will become a knockouts champion.
She said it all in one breath.
Oh. She did. Very
she
good.
Almost lost it. She said it all in one breath.
But we finished with like a knockouts champion.
But this is kind of like a fantasy book match. I mean, like you said, you guys have never wrestled before, and I'm sure
in Impact.
Yeah. So
first time ever.
This is something that the fans definitely want to see.
Yeah, and I know that there's a lot of hype around her. I mean, but I feel like people need to realize the success that I've had as well, and realize that we both come from very different places, me and Tessa, but we have a lot of similarities. So whatever the paths we have taken to get to us to this point, like we're both bringing different packages, but we're both just as aggressive as each other. We, both want this just as much as one another, but it's just going to come down to who's better on that day. And I'm confident, and I know my ability that I will be the one that is victorious. So, and
Tell
it's
us.
my grand return.
Tell us your similarities. I know your story, but not a lot of people know your story. You trained by
Lance Storm.
ECW original Lance Storm.
If I can be serious for a
I was trained by Lance Storm, and also I was trained by El Hijo del Paraguayo and Conan and Silver King and El Gran Apache in Mexico. So, I mean, those, like, she's obviously Blanchard and has her history with her family, and I don't have that, but I have all these people in my corner that became my wrestling family that are behind me. So
tell us some differences between you and her.
You guys take the same similar pictures on Instagram that I always comment on.
Actually, Ross is over there, and like Ross was looking at Taya's Instagram posts and was like, "How did you manage to pose like Tessa for all those things?"
And I was like, well, I think that there's a lot of, standard model poses that people do. And it was funny because I found a bunch of stuff that, we had done similarly.
But Ross thought that she did a photo shoot to match all the poses.
Nope.
No, it's just like the last 5 years of wrestling. Two women who win championships pose the same sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I'm just I'm excited. I don't know. There's been so much ups and downs for me personally this year, and in and out of Impact and this and that, and I feel like the best I have ever personally and professionally. So I know that on Sunday and like my return and everything is going to be awesome. Like I can't really word it anywhere different way because there's been it's been a rough few months for me. So yeah, I'm just excited to come back, and I'm excited for people to see how different I am, I look, and all this kind of stuff that I'm bringing to the table. So,
do you want to celebrate by going on a cruise?
No.
Yeah, and really, listen, I don't want to get in between you guys and everything else like that. But I mean, Vegas, you're going to Vegas with your friends, like that can't be that's a recipe for disaster. You're on a cruise ship, and your wife is going to be in Vegas with
me,
friends.
cheerleader Melissa, Holly Meowie from Lucha Underground, Katie Forbes, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be interesting.
That'll be interesting. Follow all of them on every form of social media. You could be there.
And you don't
It's
follow
Halloween.
me.
Halloween is like my
we have
favorite
Wi-Fi on the cruise,
holiday.
right?
What's that?
We're gonna have Wi-Fi on the cruise, right?
Yeah.
All right,
So you'll be able to.
Well, me and you
Be
can
like,
hang
they're
out and we can see what they're
what?
doing.
Katie Forbes is dancing her butt. What? That's Rob Van Dam's
Katie
girl.
Forbes.
Yeah.
Oh, so all these women that you're going with are taken. They're all in relationships.
Yes.
Okay, so that's makes it a little safe, or does it? Alcohol gets involved sometimes.
You're
you never
currently
know.
dating
talking
Bob
about,
Roop
Dave?
on Facebook, so stop throwing
In a relationship.
Stop throwing allegations.
No, we're gonna have a great time. I'm excited. It's Halloween is my favorite holiday. It always has been since I was a little kid, and it's also my birthday. October is our birthday month together. So it's
Happy
a
birthdays.
good month.
Did you get us anything?
Where's my gift?
Did you get me anything for my birthday?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, you didn't get it?
No.
It was a...
You
Listen,
didn't
it's
get your
not
Johnny
Bob
Impact
Roop's gonna give it
bandana
to you
in the
later.
mail?
It's not your birthday yet. It's not your
Boom, the
birthday
Bounty
yet.
Hunters DVD.
I'm actually, just so you know,
When's your birthday?
I actually did get you both a birthday present. And I was going to give it to you both on the cruise, but obviously I'm only going to be able to give it
Nice.
to John because Taya's not going to be there.
Have fun.
Dude, John, we're gonna have fun on that Jericho
We're gonna have
cruise,
birthday
man.
presents.
No, everybody's gonna have a
fun.
great
We're gonna be
time.
looking at Taya's
Fun.
But I'm
Instagram in
also
Vegas.
going to have fun on my trip.
You know what I'm saying? The
First of
Briscoes
all,
are going to be there.
let me explain
They're
this
fun.
to you. He's going to be drunk, walking around. He has ulcers, so he'll be vomiting blood at all times.
It's true.
And he'll be like, Johnny! And this is what John will be like, hey, man, and just walk the other way.
Oh, 100%.
On his way
He'll
to
go
the gym.
straight to his fake cell phone call. Oh, hang on.
Hey, I gotta go.
Let me walk away.
100%.
Taya has an emergency. I gotta go.
Yeah, you're going to you're blowing me
She's
off on the
drinking
Jericho
shots off of
cruise?
Katie Forbes' butt. I got to talk.
FaceTime. Woo!
Back here on Busted Open, Dave LaGreca, Tommy Dreamer, again, Bound for Glory, taking place on Sunday at the Melrose Ballroom
Yeah.
in Queens, New York. Sold out. So you can't get a ticket, but you can watch it on pay-per-view and on the Fight TV app. And we have two of the fine wrestlers of Impact Wrestling challenging for the two top championships on Impact Wrestling. We have
we are.
Yes, Johnny Impact going against Austin Aries for the Impact Championship. And, of course, Taya Valkyrie going up against Tessa Blanchard for the Knockouts Championship. So, guys, great for you to hang out with us. Appreciate the time.
Oh, thank you.
Today.
It's nice
So-
being here again.
I mean, during the break, we were given some pretzels by Tommy Dreamer.
Yes, of course
And we
you
were
did.
instructed to peel off our sip, peel, and win cups from Dunkin Donuts.
And I'm glad that Johnny called it just what it is.
We've had a LaGreca rant.
Dunkin'
so you know.
Donuts.
I don't know if you know, because I know you live in the crazy Hollywood world, and you're also on an island every day. They changed the name. It's no longer Dunkin' Donuts.
I know, and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's like the same way with
But he goes
IHOP
crazy.
changing it to
The IHOP
IHOP.
Correct.
Yeah.
But IHOP went back to IHOP, right?
Yeah, that was just a promotional ploy, I think.
No. I think
worked us?
I think they tried to pull the trigger.
Really?
Well,
Like Toys R Us is working us. At the
oh
back
my
of-
God, Toys R Us completely worked us. They're opening it back up. It's
great.
unbelievable.
Like the Conor McGregor angle
Oh,
they
yeah,
shot
that's all-
after.
Toys R Us gave themselves a nice little heat spot.
Hells yeah,
Now
they
they're
did.
Pull apart.
below that Christmas
This
comeback.
is how every wrestler thinks.
Never-
by the
Yeah.
way, to every person who's
It's a
listening.
work.
Never trust a giraffe.
They're geniuses.
Jeffrey Giraffe's a liar. But I'm glad what you're saying about the Dunkin' Donuts. It pisses you off, right?
It really does.
It's also like just like trying to be too much like Tim Hortons. They have these really shitty looking Timbits now, or whatever the hell they call them.
Donut
here.
holes.
Munchkins.
They were donut holes
Something.
before they were Timbits.
This I don't care. Timbits. This is like a poor man's like roll up the
All right,
real
so
Peel
way.
your thing up.
So
See what you got.
so for those who don't pay the $14.99 for the visual simulcast of the show, well, you're talking about on the cup, it has the peel to win.
Yeah.
So
No.
let's find out if you won.
All right. Oh,
I bet you she
goddamn
won
nails.
$1 cold brew.
Any size cold brew for $1.
There you go.
I liked how yours made a little sound.
Like crack, crack, crack.
Maybe an early birthday present for Johnny Impact.
What does John win?
Platform shoes. This must be for Austin Aries.
Whoa!
Hey now.
Hey.
I'm just kidding. It's a dollar size cold brew.
Nice.
Wow,
See, I
so
know it.
everybody, did you get that too when you went to Dunkin' Donuts this
Well, no.
morning?
When I come to SiriusXM, we have great coffee machines. So why spend $1 when I could get it for free?
Okay, that's
Thank
good.
you. I'm
All
a
right.
wrestler.
But you can go to YouTube, go to youtube.com/busted open radio, and you can
See how
my
excited they
rant.
won.
My
Watch
rant.
us
I was
back.
at the Alice Cooper concert last week, and Nita Strauss, the guitarist, was showing everybody at the bar my Dunkin' Donuts rant. And people were excited. People were agreeing with me, just like Johnny Impact. Everybody was agreeing with me about the Dunkin' Donuts. Why would you call it Dunkin'? What are you Dunkin'? You're
Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Or
Thank
pretzel
you,
sticks.
Taya. She knows that. She see.
Pretzels, donuts, yeah.
You know?
I'm just not big. It's ironic that I don't like name changes.
That's can't be
God
true.
damn it, I don't
How
want them
did
to be
that,
Dunkin'.
I obviously understand, you leave WWE, they own John Morrison. How did it come about where you just take every companies that you...
They just started doing that. Like,
Yeah. I think there's like some weird foreshadowing when I started with the Johnny Blaze, Johnny Spade, Johnny Nitro, John Morrison thing, and then when I left, Lucha always is also is protective of their IP. So Johnny Mundo I couldn't take, and
With you.
as soon as you have more than a couple names, now every company is like
Right.
Johnny Defy.
Ultra, Johnny Defy,
Johnny
Survivor,
Cactus.
Johnny Mecca,
Nice.
Johnny Cactus, November 2nd and 3rd, Phoenix, Tucson. Tickets available now.
Back here on Busted Open, Dave LaGreca, Tommy Dreamer, 877-344-4893, 877-FIGHT-93. Falls Count Anywhere Friday, Tommy. Bob Roop Appreciation Day.
Absolutely. But we appreciate our guests more.
Yep, Johnny Impact and Taya Valkyrie are here just before their two big championship matches on Sunday. Bound for Glory, sold out Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York, but you can watch it on pay-per-view and, of course, on the Fight TV app.
And a lot of people, I don't know if everyone knows this, but Bound for Glory is this Sunday at the Melrose Ballroom. Also, there are Impact tapings this Monday and Tuesday at the Melrose
So
Ballroom.
please join us for those as well.
I don't usually do this, but I've had such a good time here that I would like to give away 2 free tickets to the Monday Impact Wrestling taping at the Melrose Ballroom.
So nice of you.
And you know what? I'm gonna leave the information with you, Dave. And
Okay.
you can, if Bob Roop calls, obviously him and a +1. But if not, distribute
know.
as per however you want.
All right, we'll do the third phone caller right now. The third caller right now will get those from you personally. 2
Personal
tickets
guest.
for
Johnny
the,
Impact's tickets for Impact.
for the TV tapings on Monday.
Could
So you get to be on
possibly-
TV if you maybe hold up a Busted Open sign.
Maybe hold up a Bob Roop sign.
In New York City. Let me get that straight because we gave away 2 pairs of tickets yesterday, and I said at the Melrose Ballroom, and people thought that was in Florida. So let me, make it
there's
clear
also a Melrose in
that
Los
it's
Angeles.
New York.
Queens, New York.
Queens, New York.
Bound for Glory
Monday.
is in Queens, New York. The TV tapings are also at the Melrose
Yes.
Ballroom, not at the Melrose Ballroom in Florida, but the Melrose Ballroom in Queens,
New York.
Monday, Tuesday. Check it out.
Yep, definitely.
We'll be there.
Absolutely. Let's go back out to the busy phones. Let's go out to Marty in New York. Marty, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
Doing good.
So Johnny, I wanted to give my take on the whole Austin Aries thing with you and him. He shouldn't have said what he said. And
Agreed.
The worst part about it, though, is I follow him on Twitter, so I saw everything that he said.
Yep.
I couldn't agree with you more. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, the funny thing to me is there's no way that he just wouldn't have said that to anybody in person, and I wouldn't say that to him or about anybody that he cared about. And if he wanted to say anything about me, like I said, have at it. I've got thick skin. You can call me whatever kind of name you want.
I'm not even involved in your guys' match at all. That's why it's like super.
And it's also funny to me that he thought that that Taya was like a weak spot or something. And Taya's been in this business a long time too and has thick skin. So whatever he was trying to do, well, if he was trying to piss me off, that worked. But if he was trying to get under Taya's skin,
I'm like, I'll whoop your butt.
If he called me husky, I could see it, kind of some days, but to call her husky, that's not cool.
It's not right. And Marty, since you're in New York, are you going to Bound for Glory on Sunday?
Probably not.
Well, it's sold out.
You missed your opportunity.
So you missed your
what are you
opportunity.
gonna
But, there are tickets left Monday and Tuesday at the Melrose Ballroom in Queens, New York, where you can see the TV tapings.
Maybe see the two new champions in their first title defenses.
make some sort of sign making fun of Austin Aries' height.
Yes. So what do you think, Marty? Maybe?
Maybe not.
Okay. All right. Well, Marty, thanks so much for the phone call. Let's go out to at least he's honest. Let's go out to Joe in North Carolina.
You were caller number 3 anyway, Marty.
Yeah. What's going on, Joe?
Hey, nothing much. By the way, I would say that instead of a busted open sign, somebody get the big LaGreca head, and that would be the one to put up there.
And you know what? The LaGreca head made it. LaGreca head was on SummerSlam right there at the entrance ramp. So if somebody wants to get the LaGreca head, please bring it to the Melrose Ballroom.
Absolutely. Hey, actually, my question is for Johnny. Johnny, I know you've definitely crossed paths with now my favorite wrestler, which is the one and only Prince Puma Ricochet. Let me ask you, how good is he really, and are we just seeing a little bit of him over on NXT, and is he better than what is advertised?
I think it's hard to quantify how good that guy is. I mean, you saw him on Lucha Underground seasons 1 through 3. You're seeing him on NXT. He's almost as talented as I am, which is pretty damn good.
Amazing to do. And honestly, like John is, when I would watch him wrestle, he's almost like an idiot savant where he'd be like, yeah, I could do that. Or he'd be thinking things. I'd see his wheels turning and just like how he does and moves his body and thinks of some stuff. It's amazing. The only other person I ever saw like that was a wrestler, John Cronus, who would just be like, whoo, I could do that. But, and he would. But he was also 280 pounds, John. And also, John, you're how old now?
39.
39 years old and still moving the way he does. I just watched your guys' match. You had a 6-man. I thought it was phenomenal.
The lead into Bound for Glory.
Yep. Taking the Saito suplex on the floor and then taking the vicious brain buster, that killer cross. How dare you?
In all seriousness, Prince Puma Ricochet, I think, is someone to keep your eye on. One of, by far the most talented guys I've ever been in the ring with.
So I'm really looking forward to Bound for Glory on Sunday. I mean, this is the biggest pay-per-view of the year for Impact Wrestling. I really think that Impact Wrestling, Tommy, has turned a corner, both creatively and in ring. Let's face it, TNA for a long time had that dark cloud above it. I think that dark cloud is gone. I really think that this has been a reboot, and I think the fans are very, very excited. And you look at this card from top to bottom, not just the matches that you're in, but the LAX going up against the OGs in the Concrete Jungle Death Match, Eddie Edwards and Moose. I mean, Matt Sydal and Ethan Page against Swan and Willie Mack. I mean, this is a big card that we're going to see on Sunday for Bound for Glory.
They got the TNA funk off them. That's why they're Impact, and they have, every wrestler's been getting paid. There's a very, very positive movement in the locker room, positive movement for the progression of Impact Wrestling. That's why I go back there and help out and try to support, because I will only support good wrestling. And when you're surrounded by two great athletes that I'm sitting across, how could it not be great?
Plus, it's got to feel special when you hear the word sold out before a show, too.
There's nothing better than wrestling in front of a sold out crowd, because one of the things that makes wrestling different than TV, film, any other kind of storytelling medium is the crowd is a character. The crowd is part of it, and without the energy from the crowd, it doesn't feel like pro
It just
wrestling.
makes it more exciting and, for all of us,
Sold out crowd in New York, though. Tell you what.